Able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let us start Python basics. But why we need Python is basically one of the easiest language, but at the same time very powerful language in the sense we use Java. That's basically most of the applications are being developed, or even in future also it is going to be developed. But this Python is having more easiest features and also some of the libraries which Java 2 doesn't have. When it comes to machine learning, basically the main trend is going on machine learning and AI. So that machine learning, all they need some kind of graphs and pie charts and all those things, right? So we do a lot of pie charts, we do a lot of graphs in Excel. But when it comes to Python, sorry, Java, it was not that easy to do it. But Python has a separate libraries, something like Py, NumPy, and there is another called NPAND or something like that. So they are very helpful, and they are going to be really easy. Just to use it and make sure the everything is going to happen on fly, because they're all developed by as a like add-ons or the libraries just can integrate and do it. So that's the flexibility of having a Python. And literally the people who are coming from non-technical background or non-coding background, it's very best to start with the Python. And as you know, this is having lot of opportunities outside. And interestingly, any tool, testing tool you take, it might be Selenium, Playwright, Cypress, or even mobile Perfecto mobile tools. There is another tool called WebDriver IO, not just a WebDriver. There is WebDriver IO. They are all going to comfortably work with the Python. So basically, yes, Java is the one which makes it easy, but Python, if you know, that's also going to be really easy. But with the AI, it has become even more easy. Not just a Python, everything, even Java or any coding you take, it's going to be really easy. And literally, I don't feel like we're going to differentiate between developers or the QAs nowadays, because earlier what used to happen is we have something in my mind. For example, I want to develop something, some function or some page or some kind of code. But the biggest hurdle was I don't know what syntax, what classes, what methods, what objects we have to use in kind of in any kind of language. For example, let's take Java. So let's say application is developed in Java, but as a coder, as a QA, or as a developer, I want to get into that code and see what is that code. But since I don't know coding, I don't get a courage to understand all those things, because there will be keywords and there will be classes, there will be different ways of understanding, right? So it's not just okay if and else loop or something. So when it comes to oops concept, again there are a lot of things to understand. So we were pulling back because of that lack of understanding. It might be Java, it might be Python, it might be C Sharp, or even JS, JavaScript, everything. But we had the idea in my mind, okay, what is that I need to do? But with this AI, what happened is there is someone who can do coding on behalf of me. I just need to tell what is that he has to do. Completely is going to do that even better than humans and faster than humans. So that's why going forward there won't be anything like kind of Java coder or a front end engineer or back end engineer or the testers, because it's all about engineers who know how to use this kind of AIs and just go for it. Because all you need to do is just give a commands, that's it. If you give commands, if you know how to give commands, that's it. So that people are calling something like uh, you know what do you call kind of prompt, but again, that prompt is nothing but the way we give instructions to AI. That there is nothing extra. Even it's going to be plain English, or just kind of technical things. But yeah, it's basically we are trying to make understand you know system or the tools that will give result back. So that's all about the prompt. I don't see anything like a prompt engineering. There is keywords, or there are buzzwords, something like some people say it's a prompt engineering and all, but we'll get to know what is that prompt we have to give, or what is that prompt engineering. But coming back to this course, so what I plan is starting with the Java. Then once we complete, and also the way of learning is going to be really fast, because when I was taking Java trainings or Java classes, right? So almost of 6 weeks of time I used to give it to Java, right? Because everything we have to understand from the scratch, and it used to take a lot of time. But with this AI, and other thing is, we it used to get a lot of time to write that no codes, because we used to do manually. But with this, right, with this AI, what is that app going to happen is, we don't need to break our heads much on uh, coding at all, because AI is going to do it. But now question comes, if AI is doing everything, what is that we are going to do it? See, it's all about like how do you manage that guy? See, there are some people who are ready to work for you. That is AI. But if you don't know what is that you are giving, what is that you are asking, and what is that AI is giving back, and if you don't understand, for example, there's a calculator, right? Before the calculator, we used to do 1 plus 1 2. That's a mathematics what we used to do. And if it is a bigger mathematics, we were taking a lot of time, right? Suddenly the calculator came into the picture, and everything become very very easy, right? So for example, if you give 100 into 100, it will give back result as 10,000. But here the interesting thing is, if it gives back 10,000, or if it gives back 1 lakh, if you don't understand that, if you don't, at least basically you don't know what is that result, then how do you make sure that the AI is given is correct? Because AI, even though it's a faster, it's a very accurate, but there are chances of giving the wrong things, right? And also when it comes to coding, you as a coder, you need to understand what is that it is giving back. For example, in real time I'm talking about, there will be a lot of people. There are a lot of codes in the repo, right? Repo means where we'll have a lot of codes, right? So if you give something, it will give back, but you, whether it's going to fit in that repo, whether it's going to flow with that application or not, is one of the biggest thing, right? Okay, Krishna is joining. Why is he? 1 second. Right, so that's basically it's going to mess up if you don't understand the coding. That's why you need to understand the coding. If you don't know how to write the complicated things also, it's fine, but you should know what is that it is doing, and you should be able to understand. So that's all concept where we're trying to teach, or I'm going to teach. And since AI is going to generate everything, AI is going to do everything, so it's going to be faster. Like our learning is also going to be faster. That's what all about AI is, right? So instead of uh, too much of breaking our head, what is that I need to remember? For example, a lot of syntax will come, right? But we don't need to remember. We need to remember, of course. We need to remember. It's not like earlier days where we need to remember every keyword and all those things. If you know what is that keyword, but if you don't know what it does, what is the syntax, AI will be going to help you, and it makes your life easy. So with that, let us start um, Python. And before that, as I requested all of you, VS Code, I think most of you guys have installed. If you're not, you can install it. So VS Code is one of the editor. It's like a Eclipse, if you remember, uh, when we are doing Java or Selenium. Eclipse we used to do, right? So Eclipse is one editor where we write code. But now I don't I don't see much people use Eclipse, but there are two editors we use. One is IntelliJ, and another is VS Code. So IntelliJ is also good. So there is a very good features, but when it comes to okay, let's see what is that IntelliJ and all those things, right? IntelliJ is one of the IDE again, which you can install. I think I have already installed in my system. Let's see whether I have installed IntelliJ. Okay, I think I not installed. Yeah, basically you can. This is from another vendor called JetBrains, and this is again open source. You can easily use it, but I prefer VS Code because it has very good features when it comes to AI tools. And also there are so many AI tools you might have heard in market. For example, there was a AI tool called Cursor. Okay, so Cursor is completely built based on this VS Code. There is a another AI tool that's a code peer. I'll tell you what is it, code peer and all. But there is another AI tool from Amazon. There is a something called Cairo. So let's say Cairo, right? So Cairo is, you can see that. You just remember all these keywords because they are helpful in your applications, or in your organization once you get to start work, right? So if you look at this is a Cairo. This is from Amazon, because every company is nowadays coming with a AI tool where it will help us to develop the code. So bring engineering to genetic development. Basically, it helps to bridge the gap from AI coding and engineering, right? So if you look at this is almost like a VS Code, right? So it looks like VS Code. And also, as I mentioned, there was another called Cursor. So that was also developed based on this VS Code only. So VS Code is the editor what we are going to use, and this is a tool from Microsoft. Okay, you can trust easily, and install is going to be very easy. Just you go to any web search like Google, and just say install VS Code, right? That's it. So it will help you to install. If it is a Windows, follow this. If it is a MacBook, just use it. I think most of you guys have already downloaded. And so coming back to the course, I'll have a structure something like this. So let me open what is that I'm going to cover. So this is a again. Let me bring it out here. So Python content. So basically we start with the Python. Then I plan to go for Playwright. That's one of the most in-demand tool in testing side. uh, I think you might have heard about Selenium, right? So Selenium, but it's a little old now. No people are asking because it's quite in the market, or it was there in the market from long. But now with this new evaluations, new inventions, right? So people have come up with other tools as well. Like for example, Cypress. I'm talking about. So Cypress is one of the tools that will help UI as well as API testing. But that's, I think, paid version. But there is another called Playwright. So that's a Playwright is one of the open source tool which is from Microsoft again. So backed by Microsoft, which is very good in like a UI testing as well as API testing. There also you can use Python. But yeah, basically my course will be first Python, then we'll go for Playwright. And I also try to cover AWS and Docker. So AWS is a bigger topic. I don't think all the topics will be covered in that, because there are so many good things with the AWS. Whatever I can cover, I will cover it. But Docker is another area where I need to cover, because these are all tools which real time people are using, real time companies are using. So any company you take, the Docker is must, AWS is must. Almost AWS, almost 80% of the market using AWS. That's a cloud. And there is a Azure from Amazon. The AWS is from Amazon, and Azure is from Microsoft. So there are most used, but AWS is one of the best. I felt like very easy. Yeah, I mean, initially, if I talk all of them, then definitely you guys get confused, because what is it and where exactly we're going to use. But let us come back to the content. So basically, basics like beginners, what is Python? I was trying to explain all those things. Then we'll go for kind of what some keywords we can use it. Then as usual, it comes like what type of variables, what is the variable, what type of variables we have, operators, control flows like if else flows. In case of operators, it's going to be like arithmetic, relations, logical. I think it will be more deeper when we start explaining. It's not just about okay, arithmetic means okay, we can do like addition or subtraction. Yeah, Krishna, you have a question? Krishna, you raise your hand. If you have any questions, yeah, you can unmute, and you can talk. Not able to hear you. Okay. So yeah, control flow, then comes loop. I think you guys already heard all those keywords are the names. It's going to be repeat here, but what syntax we're going to use in Python, that's going to be little different, but logic wise it's going to be same. Strings is the most one of the topic we use it, and many things will come in strings, and most of our coding will be on the strings. Then comes list. There are in Java also we had list, and here also we'll discuss what is a list and what are the types of list, for type of list and all. New things is here, there is a something called tuple, which is not there in other languages. This is very specific to Python. It's very interesting. And set is again one of the interesting, but it's a common, like in Java we have a set, like that we have here also. Dictionaries, yeah, there are some keywords. Dictionaries, we have functions. We'll go for user defined functions, inbuilt functions, how do we create functions, what is functions all about. Then basic error handlings. So any coding, any language should have a kind of error handling. We'll discuss about that also, what is that error handling, how do we do it in Python. Then yeah, just beginner project is just don't worry about that, it's just a added one. But yeah, till 12 topics, if we are good, then that's enough. So I'm going to cover that. All right. But before that, let us try to see this coding and also AI tool, right? What I was talking about. So if you guys have already installed VS Code, just open that, and here in the extension, so you see this icon at the left side, extensions, right? So in the extensions, what you can type something like GitHub Copilot, right? So GitHub Copilot is one of the AI pair programming, right? Means pair means like a person, like person who is going to help peer code review, code peer review. That's what we say, right? So if you write something code, somebody has to review. Like that, it's a AI peer programmer. Means this is a agent. This is again developed by Microsoft, because GitHub is from Microsoft. So they have developed GitHub Copilot. So there are don't get confused with the keywords. There are two different keywords, right? So I'll tell that GitHub Copilot. Let me. I think I have a whiteboard, but let's let me open this particularly. So there is a Copilot. This is again from Microsoft, and this is a normal Copilot which is going to work with all the Microsoft applications like Word, like Excel, all the applications whatever Microsoft has, right? So nowadays Microsoft Copilot is going to work with that. For example, you want to write something, instead of typing, you can tell to this Copilot that's going to work. You can also use it in directly in web also. So like something like a Copilot, I think .com, right? So this is a tool. So you can see this is icon. You ask anything, it will go to. It's just like a Chat GPT, right? But yeah, Chat GPT is from OpenAI, but Copilot is from Microsoft. But what my point is, this is very good tool for the applications, Microsoft applications. But like that, we have one more GitHub, one more Copilot called GitHub Copilot. Okay, so GitHub Copilot. This is very good tool which is going to work with uh, Microsoft VS Code, and this main purpose of this is coding. It's going to help coding here. This Copilot will help to do a lot of other things like Word, Excel, all those, so whatever application they have, that's going to work with that. But coding wise, it's not going to help much, Copilot. But GitHub Copilot is the one which is going to directly access your code. When you say access code, let's say you have a code, and in real time, I think you guys know, right, where exactly the code will be there. It will be there in the repos, right? Repos will be there in the GitHub. Like there are two things, GitHub nowadays, right? There are other things also, but most of the people, companies use GitHub repo, right? Otherwise GitLab. These are the two repos, or softwares which works as a repo, where every code will be there inside this. Every company will have a GitHub or GitLab, and they will be pushing that code to do all those like testing, then stages, and moving to the code, move to the prod, right? So this is a GitHub, this is a GitLab, but we don't use GitLab much. That's also another one of the best tool for the code saving, but we don't use it much. But GitHub is the one. So for the GitHub, and again this is backed by Microsoft, and for this there is a one tool called Copilot, right? So right now it might be lot at this time, but I mean lot, the keywords whatever I'm using, it might be lot, but going further, you will understand easily. That's not a big deal. What is that repos, and how do we put that code back? We have a set of commands like pulling the code, pushing the code, committing, all those things, but it's easy. We just need to get our hands dirty. And when I say hands dirty, you need to code, we need to do it by yourself, like in sense you need to do it using this VS code, then you will get to know. Otherwise it's just going to be like a theory. So if you have opened VS code, can you type this GitHub Copilot, and this is going to be like icon kind of like a ghost icon. So once you click on that, there will be some kind of button called install. Since I have already installed, it's showing as uninstalled. But yeah, click on install. It may ask you to restart your VS code. Yeah, just go ahead and restart. After that, you can see that ghost icon somewhere here. You can see this, right? Where at the top you can see that ghost icon. So Viru, can you install that, and if you're able to see that, then let me know. Even
Yeah,
you are able to see that, right?
yeah, sure. I'm trying it now.
Okay. Yeah, Anisha. Hey Krishna. So if you have opened VS Code, can you type this GitHub Copilot and try to install it? I think Basuraj, if you're also there, just do it. And if you face any issues, let me know.
Ra-
Hmm. Yeah, go ahead, Guru.
Raj, I'm not getting Git. When when I am searching for GitHub Copilot,
Ah,
I'm seeing GitHub Copilot modernization, and I'm not getting exactly what you were saying. GitHub Copilot.
you are in extensions, right? You have clicked on this extension and you are typing.
Oh, yeah, I did the same thing, but on the left left right corner, I'm seeing a message saying you have not yet finalized authorizing these extensions to use GitHub.
Okay,
Would you
authorizing is
like to
fine.
try?
Authorizing is fine.
Uh,
Will That's the next
uh.
step. But at least if you're able to see this icon, that should be fine.
But I'm seeing the same icon, but on the icon I'm seeing like blue arrow mark.
Okay, yeah, that's I think needed authorization. We'll do that.
Uh-huh.
Anybody, Krishna or Anusha, if you're able to install. Okay, Basu, you are there. Basuraj. Okay, fine, no issues. So, okay, Viru, if you want, you can share the screen if it is available. Otherwise, yeah, what you can do is you can click on the icon if you're able to see that. Then it will ask your authorization. Authorization is basically it will ask your what is that? GitHub, whatever the credentials you use. For example,
Oh, okay. While creating the GitHub,
yeah, you logged in, right?
we
GitHub.
would have given the passwords and emails, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Those. Okay, okay. But the thing is, like, I'm not seeing that GitHub Copilot, Raj. Do you want
Uh,
me to share my
if you want, yeah.
screen for a moment? Are you able to see my screen, Raj?
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
I'm seeing this one, GitHub Copilot modernization.
It's a little bit, but yeah, it's coming. Okay, it's Copilot. Okay, so we have typed a Copilot, GitHub Copilot. So okay, the first one is the right one where you see that ghost icon. Yeah, this one. Click on that.
This
Why?
one, but it got grayed out, I guess.
It's grayed out. What is the reason?
But it is showing chat, GitHub Copilot chat.
Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. We have logged. What is this? VS code, right? Okay. Click on that sign in. There is something called sign in at the top. It is installed actually. Yeah. Click on the sign in. Yeah, you see that this is actually asking your
Uh-huh.
sign in. Okay. Click on that. Continue with GitHub. Is it open any browser? It should open a browser.
No idea. I'm not seeing any browser.
Click one more time. Type something here. Like create a
Yeah.
here in the chat. So there is a something called chat, right? So that's where we are going to do all the prompt. We go for it, right? So it says
Signing.
signing
Yeah,
in.
signing into GitHub.
Yeah, so basically it will prompt you to sign in again. It's installed, but not sure. So look at any browser it has opened, or it's blocking your browser to open that. It's just a pop-up. It asks your GitHub credentials. Okay.
Okay. Let me
Yeah, you can just
try
now
it like by closing.
by close and open, then it should work.
Yeah, yeah. I will try it,
Yeah, you
Raj,
can try that.
offline. Yeah.
So yeah, let me share my screen again. All right, so I think you're able to see my screen now. Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a Copilot, and once you log in, it will be having this icon, and anything which you want to do it, right? For example, you just click on this. This is the chat window where you can do it. But We don't do it right now, we'll do it later, but thing is where exactly it's going to be helpful is we'll learn it. So that's an important thing. Now once you install, coming back to the course, so let us first make sure that we have Python in our system, because that's what we want to discuss more on it, right? So let me open this doc. So we just discussed about what is Python and what is the useful features it has and all those things. But let us try to install that Python. So anybody have Python installed already in your machine? So you what you can do to check whether it's already installed or not, you can just open command prompt. Like if it is a Windows machine, then it's going to be like a CMD, right? Once you type CMD or command prompt, then you will get this black screen. If it is a iOS, then terminal. So that's what we call the terminal. So here you can just type like Python hyphen version, or it's a hyphen v, right? So if you don't find anything related to Python, then it says that okay, your system is not installed. But why my system is also not getting? So there are two versions: Python old version and Python new version. Python we call as a Python 3, that's updated version. If you see that I just typed Python v, so it has given a lot of code, means there is a Python already installed in my system. But in your case, if it is not installed, let us try to install that first. So how do we install? Let us see that. Where is it? Topic. Let me open introduction to Python. So this is a word. Let me bring it here. Right. So I'll pass this word, but yeah, basically what we're going to do is we're going to install that Python. So these are all just keywords what I'm given. It's just a theoretical things. But as I mentioned, type like a Python 3 hyphen version. That should give a the version of the Python if it is already installed. So let me try in my system first. Python 3 hyphen version. Make sure that you have two versions, and you just remember in some software it will be one hyphen, some software it will be two hyphens. But best way remember is, if it is a one hyphen, it will be like a v, only short. But if it is a version, then it should be like a two hyphens. So longer text, longer hyphens, two hyphens. If it is one, then there will be only one character like a v hyphen v sometimes, right? It's not with this Python, but in some other languages you'll be using. You can see that Python 3 hyphen version, it shows that Python 3.14.3. So that's a updated version in my system. So I need to check whether the version is updated, whatever the version is available in market. But as long as you have Python, that should be fine. Python 3. Cool. So I think it's my okay. Did you did anybody type Python 3 hyphen version, and what is that response you are getting from the terminal or command prompt?
Yeah, I have installed 3.9.13, Raj.
Okay, 3.9. Yeah, that's
I
also
tried
good.
that hyphen version and I got that version.
Okay, yeah, that's also cool. Okay, so what about others? Anusha, you have that already installed in your system? I think you're on mute. And Krishna, so if you're using a laptop, just try to install. If not, then whenever you get a time, then you can also install. So if it is not installed, how do we install? It's a very straightforward. So if you look at this, I have some instructions to install Python installation. Go to official website here. That's python.org. So that's where we'll have a downloader. So let's go to python.org. right? So this is a official website of Python, and you can see that downloads here. Once you click on downloads, it will go to the download page. You can see that python.org/download. Don't install from any other sites. It might have some kind of virus, or that might not be the official one. uh, python.org is the official one, where you can see this updated version is no 3.14.5. I think mine is 3.14.3, right? So yeah, little less too, but that should be fine. So once you click on this, it's going to install a package in your download. And once you click on you know double click on that, it's going to run it. So 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so once you install, it's straightforward, as I mentioned. So let me go here. So download, these are the some once you double click on that downloaded exe file. So this is just a window. You click on continue, continue, continue. Okay. So at the end it says that the check installation, I mean, there's nothing extra in, if you remember Java and all. Once we install, we have to set that environment variable and all those things, right? So it's not needed here. It's straightforward, just install. And once you done successful, you can see that congratulations, whatever the Python version, it is installed. And just close it, go to terminal again, open that new terminal. Don't type it on old terminal if that's not going to work. Just open new terminal, type version python 3 hyphen version, then you should be able to see that. That's it. It's a straightforward, right? Again, there is something another called anaconda. This is again able to install Python, but you don't worry about all those things. Just remember, if somebody is talking about there is a another way to install, anaconda is one of that, but we use Python directly. Okay. And as I was mentioning, so we'll use this VS Code for coding. But there is another, I mean, just it's all about theoretical, but you need to understand since it's a beginning. There is a something called PyCharm. So this is a very good IDE, like a VS Code what we have, but very specific to PyCharm. Okay, Python only. That's very good. There is another called Jupyter Notebook, right? So this is another tool which will help us to execute the code. For example, there's if you are not installed Python, you can also go for here. For example, I think it comes with if you go to any of the Google Drive, right? So let me go to Google Drive. So if you go Google Drive, right? So here, if you have any files, and especially the file extension will be something like this, right? Like ipython nb. So that's what file name should be. And if you click on that, so you will see that as something like this, Google Colab. That's what we call the Google Colaboratory or Colab. I think installation is needed. If you want to install that, you can click on this connect to more apps. It will give option to install. Just you can search what is it, Python related, Python compiler editor, then it will allow you. So basically, yeah, if you just click on, right click on that, and if you go to this Google Colab, that's also one of the best tool whatever. So you can see that this is edited or not named anything. It's like a extension should be ipython nb, right? So here you can do all the activities what we do in VS Code. So one and same. It's now VS Code is in your system locally. Everything is going to save in local. But if you use this tool, that's this is a tool, right? I was talking about Jupyter Notebook. So that's going to be everything in online, in the sense that's going to be integrated with your web Google Drive, and it's going to save there itself. So all the codes you can write, you can create multiple labs, multiple files and everything. But yeah, in reality, in company, I don't think we're going to use this tool, because it's going to save in Google Drive. But it's always better to use this VS Code, and that comes with the AI tool, and that's going to be easy. So use a VS Code only. That's what my suggestion. Yeah, so if you have VS Code along with that AI, that's good. So I was talking about what are the different IDEs we can use, right? So basically, what is that IDE? IDE is the place which allows us to write the code, any code, not just Python. But since we are talking about Python, so I'm talking. I was explaining what is this VS Code, what is the PyCharm, and the Jupyter, right? Now, how do we start? Okay, we'll not have heavy today, because today is the first day, but at least we'll first make sure that there is a workspace created and we write some code. Okay, then we'll finish up, right? Because it will have installation needs time and all. Then from tomorrow we can start coding and all. But once you install VS Code, and how do we start coding, right? It's very simple. Again, things have become very easy since long. We were talking about Java, where we used to create a workspace, right, or the project in Java. There was a huge steps where we need to click on a new file, and then we go to like archetype, and what is the archetype again, Maven, so many things, right? Not now. That's all gone. What all you can do is you can just create any folder. What I suggest is always have a one workspace, right? Give a name to the folder, something like a workspace. What I did is I have created something like workspaces, and inside that workspaces I have created one folder called Python Basics. So you just to create a Python Basics or Python, whatever name you can give, but yeah, remember where exactly you are giving. So I created a folder called workspaces and Python basics. And what I did is I opened this, let me close this. Then what I'll do, once you open, click on this file. Okay, then open folder. Okay, once you click on open folder, it will ask, okay, where, what folder you want to open, right? So go to the place where you have created that folder. So I have created Python Basics under workspace, so I have selected. So that's it. Very simple. Just click on that open. What happens, it's going to open this Python Basics as a folder, and this is going to have only one folder called .vs code. That's just a for VS Code extension. You don't need to worry about that. That's it. Very simple. There's nothing complications, and it's going to be look very empty, except these three things, right? One is outline, one is timeline. You don't need to worry about that as of now. All we are going to worry about is this section where we have Python Basics. uh, as we go further, we'll discuss about what is this icon in VS Code, if you don't know. But as of now, you don't need them. What all we need is just a folder, and bring that folder into the VS Code. That's it. Okay, that's very simple. Now, how do we start writing? Just printing the one statement, right? What you can do, you can just click on anywhere here. Okay, or maybe you can click on this new one and same. Go for this new file, right? So what I'll do, I'll just say new file, and it'll ask what is the file name. You can see that I can say first day, right? First day dot. Remember, this is Python, so extension matters. Extension of that file matters. not just about Python. In any languages it matters. For example, in case of Java, it's going to be like .java. In case of JavaScript, it's going to be like .js. In case of Python, it's going to be like Python. So you just type it, and immediately you can see that icon. If you are not see this icon, Python icon, it's okay, because you have not installed the extension. So there are some extensions. Again, you can go to this icon, just type Python. Okay, so Python will going to give some kind of extensions, Python debugger, Python. If you use this Python add-ons, then you will be able to see that icons, and also how do we run and all those things. Okay, so what I did, I just clicked on no, right clicked on here, go to file, new file, type any name, and make sure that it's a .py, and that's what Python script or Python file is all about. That's it. Very straightforward, right? There's nothing to remember. So here in the Python, you can write any code. Okay, what is that any code? Let us start with some printing, because that's what makes our life easy. So anything I want to print it here, very simple. Don't remember at all. It's a plain English like language, right? So print means print. That's it. So it's just a keyword called print, and it's going to come with a word print. Okay, so it's a inbuilt one, it's a function inbuilt one, and what it does is it's going to just take some in something in between this the brackets. Whatever you give bracket, it's going to print it back in the console. So this is what we call as a console, the terminal we call it here, and that's going to be in your the result, right? So if you observe that when I type print open bracket, it is coming up with something, right? Ras into 3. So these are all the print statements I have written somewhere in this file, or in this file, or somewhere, just to create my training document. That's why it is remembering and it's coming. But it is from AI. So whatever the tool I have right here, that is having all those in the mind, and that is giving me back. Means basically it's trying to make my life easy. Instead of typing so much, if I type okay ras print and open bracket, that's it. This is going to give whatever you want. But now I want to simply write print open bracket, and you can use a double quote. Okay, that's also fine, but in Python it's single quote also accepted. So in Java it was only double quote, but in Python it's easy. Print double quote or single quote, you can type anything you want here, and at the end you can either type this semicolon to complete it, or you can leave it. It doesn't matter. Okay, because Python works in a different way. It's going to have a indentation, so I'll talk about that indentation later, but that's very important. But it's just simple print, right? So print, and to execute this, what you can do, you can come back to terminal if it's already open, and right, so it will be like this. Whatever the folder you have opened, so this is going to be a folder, and then this percentage. After that you will have. But how do we execute? So very simple. To execute it, you need to call this file firstday.python, right? But since it's a language, we need to put that keyword always in, not just about this Python. Every language has something like this. If it is Java, then we type as Java. If it's a Python, we type as a Python. If it is a AWS, we type as AWS, right? If it is JS, something like JS and all. Right? It's just a keyword. You don't need to worry about that. Just if you're working with if I am working with a person, if I want to talk to a person, I need to know the name, right? For example, somebody, okay, I want to talk with Krishna. So first I have to tell, okay, Krishna, right? If I want to talk to Anusha, so then I have to talk first call them Anusha, right? If I don't call them, then how do they understand? Same with the languages also. If you don't tell that what is the language, then it will not understand. So that's what I'm calling. Okay, hey Python. Python is the language, so I'll just say Python. So in my case, it's a Python 3. Okay, so Python 1 was the earlier version, but now it is not there. It is there, but a lot of things are deprecated. means functions are, all those things are not there, and advanced version is Python 3, it has a lot of other things, right? So Python and first day, right? So first day dot py, right? So instead of that, typing everything, what I do is, it's a, coding, it makes easy. Python and the first character of that file, and click on tab. So that's automatically going to complete that uh, file name. So simple. Python 3 first day dot py, that's Python, and hit enter. You will see whatever the uh, text there in between this double quote, that's going to come here. You see that test got created. So if you change it, or if you want to have one more, print. Okay, so see, this is wonderful. That's what I was talking about, AI, right? So I just typed print, open bracket, automatically it is giving something. Okay, so I don't need to type, just click on tab, that's it, it's going to take it. It says, okay, this is first day of learning Python. Wonderful. This is what I love AI. So again, just now click on arrow mark, upper arrow mark. If you type, or if you want to type, you can type it, otherwise you just click on that arrow mark. Save will come. You can see that test, this is coming here. This is our first day of learning Python, so this is coming from here, right? This is a easiest way to execute that file. You don't need to compile, you don't need to worry about anything. Automatically everything is compiled backside, and it's coming the result, right? So there is another way to execute. So if you install that add-on called Python, then you will see this icon called run. Okay, so that also you can run. So whatever we have run, this is from terminal or command prompt, you can see that here also. But if you want to execute this, you can click on that run button, it will go to execute the same thing. But it's one and same, you don't need to worry about that. If you don't see that, also fine, because we will become our developers. That's why always I prefer to type something, so that at least that should be remembered, right? So we cannot become like a lazy person to make AI remember everything, right? So at least we remember something to type, and that makes fun and it's clean. So if you use this one, it will have a lot of other things, but you just Python uh, and the first day, that's it. So if you are able to remember this much, that's good. And tomorrow same time, is this work, this timing works, or you want to appear before or something, any changes you needed, just let me know. That's also fine. For me it's going to be like a 10 p.m, but even 9 p.m is also for me okay, because after 8:30 or 9 I'll be free, so I can go for it. But try to make sure that you have installed VS Code, you have installed Python, you have installed this AI tool, Copilot, and you have created a folder called Python or whatever name you give. And the sixth one is you create some file with a Python and extension, and try to execute. So these are the 6 or 7 tasks what we did today. One is installing VS Code, second is installing Python, third one is installing AI, fourth one is creating a folder, fifth one is creating a file, and sixth one is executing that. So these are the 6 tasks we have done. So if you have already know about this, it's well and good. If you don't know, then try to do it tomorrow, and by tomorrow class we should be able to do it. Because just listening and leaving, it's going to be easy. But if you want to make your hands dirty, make sure that you do it all these tasks, like 6 tasks. It's simple. Any questions, Viru, Krishna?
Uh, from our side, we are good, Raj. As
Cool.
of now, we don't have any question. I don't have any questions.
Cool. Very good. Anusha, if you're able to hear me, and also Krishna. Yeah, you can just know.
No,
Okay.
I too have. I too don't have any questions, sir.
Okay, so you already installed this VS Code and everything, right, in your system?
Yes, sir. I have installed.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I think in your class also, if they are explaining Python, I think if you're knowing, this is a very very basic, I know, but yeah, if you already know, that's good. But if you don't, you just make sure that you have installed Python and enter edit something and make sure that it's coming back here in the terminal.
Ah, sir.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Krishna, if you're able to hear me, okay, so it's office time fine. Cool. Fine. Yeah, will if there is any change needed, let me know. Message me. Otherwise, we'll be connecting again tomorrow at same time at 7:30 in India and 10 here in EST. I think 7 for you, Viru. 7 p.m.
Yes. Okay, Raj.
Okay, tomorrow is Wednesday. You said something. Wednesday is.
Yeah.